Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're in the state of Colorado and you're struggling to find a payday loan and your bank don't want to work with you, but you got money, you just have bad credit, I'm gonna show you a list of lenders that may be able to help you. Now, the first one is Checkmate, all right? And as you can see here, they go from 100 up to $900 on their loans, all right? And they also give you a breakdown. So if you borrow 300, then they said acquisition charge is $24, right? So they actually give you a transparency breakdown and they tell you about a monthly maintenance fee. All right. So that's the thing about it. With some of these lenders, also keep in mind that they use third party credit bureaus. So they won't do a hard pull on your credit directly. They'll use a third party financial credit bureau in order to do that. And I'll explain that to you in a minute. Now, the next lender I would tell you about if you're struggling to get a loan and you're an entrepreneur, but you don't have a regular 9 to 5 job, then you should check out Giggle Finance. And the reason you want to check them out, again, is because they offer loans with no credit check to people that are in the gig economy. And so, what I mean by the gig economy, these are the type of businesses they assist, all right? So you can be in an app-based business, small business of your own, independent contractor, or franchisee or seller, right? So if you're doing MLM, they will work with you. Even like with banks and credit unions, MLMs are high risk type of businesses, so they don't want to loan money to those type of businesses. However, Giggle Finance will work with you. Now, their criteria is make sure that you've been in business for at least 90 days and you can show proof that you have deposits coming in for at least 90 days. Now, the minimum of deposits within that 90 days is usually between $1,200 and $1,500. All right. Now, when you accept the loan from Giggle Finance, they will report the loan payment back to your TransUnion, okay? But you don't have to have a good credit score in order to qualify for the loan, okay? Now, if you get qualified for a loan for one of the lenders that I'm telling you about, I would also encourage you to check out findhelp.org, okay? Because findhelp.org is a free government system. And what it is, you put your zip code in, and what ends up happening, like I put in the zip code for Colorado, and it gave me 2,614 different programs, all right? And so, as you can see, these programs cover food, housing, goods, transportation, health, money. So they have a various amount of services that they offer to people that are in need. Now, again, if you're looking for payday loans because you're struggling to pay your bills, I would definitely check out this here platform, findhelp.org. Now, if you are working a job, then what I always tell people to do is go to your HR. Okay. So you may not need to take out one of those high interest rate loans if you have more money coming into your paycheck, right? So what you can do is go to your HR, file this form. It's a W-4 form. Okay. And what this means is that they'll stop taking federal income taxes out of your check. Okay, and that will allow you to bring home more money to pay your bills, to get your car fixed. So that way you may not have to go after these high interest rate loans. All right. Now, another resource I wanted to share with you guys in Colorado that you may not be aware of, you can go to U.S. Department of Treasury and they have a fine rental assistance. All right. And so their fine rental assistance, what they're referencing to is contacting 211. All right. And so the reason you want to contact 211 because they'll give you places that you can get your rent paid as well as utilities in your local area as well. Now, this is one other place that I wanted to share with you before we get back to the loan. It's called unclaimed.org. And with unclaimed.org, what you would do, you would come here, you would hover over find and claim. All right. And you choose your state. So you're in the state of Colorado, right? So in the state of Colorado, if I can get over to it, you would choose that state. You would put in your name and your zip code and your address. and it'll tell you like all the unclaimed money that's in that state that's under your name. You may have family members that may have been deceased and they have money, or you may have family members that are elderly, that are struggling and stuff, that may have money under the state, but they're not aware of it. Some people are actually using this as a business and helping people find money. So this is definitely a resource. Now, getting back to the loans, you have another place called Capital Bean. Okay, Capital Bean, they offer payday loans in Colorado as well. All right, and so with their loans, it goes from 100 up to $5,000 also. So that's the thing about it, and it tells you about uh, the eligibility, 18. Now, here's the thing about it. I do want to explain to you what's cool about it is like with most lenders, they want you to have at least $1,000 per month after taxes. With this here company, LLB, all you have to have is $800 per month after taxes. Okay, so they're willing to work with you even if you're on low income. So this is a place that you can check out as well. Now, another place that you may want to look at to get a loan is Money Tree. Okay, so Money Tree is not in all 50 states, but they are in Colorado and they offer installment loans for people. So the good part about it is how much can you borrow? As you can see, it's based off of your income, right? So giving you an example, from 100 or 325 is 25% gross of your income. So basically, if you're making $500, then they're probably going to say $100, right? But if you're making say 1,000, then it just depends on the income, right? So basically, this is another place for you to actually uh check out to get a loan, and then it actually breaks down like the loan cost and things of that nature, so you can see that they're not hiding anything from you. Now, here's another place that you can get a payday loan is First Cash Advance, and they're an online lender, right, in the state of Colorado. Now, here's the thing about it. With them, they explain the process. Now, here's where you're looking at. They give loan you up to $500, all right, because it's a payday loan. Now, if it was a installment loan or something like that, then of course it'll be more. But because it's actually just a payday loan, then that's the reason they stop it at $500 and the interest rate. See what the interest rates are? So it actually gives you the breakdown. So if you borrow 500 for 10 months at 10%, then that would be your cost. Then if you borrow 500 for 6 months at 36%, that would be your cost. So they actually will give you a breakdown because the state of Colorado now if they offer payday loans, it cannot go over 36%. All right. Now, these are the criterias. Now, like I said, in reference to the main criteria is minimum income usually is having $1,000 after taxes in order to qualify for this. All right. So this is definitely a place that you may want to check out. Now, another lender you want to check out is Viva Payday Loans. Now, Viva Payday Loans is not a direct lender. It is a platform. And as you can see here, their loans go from 100 up to $5,000. And you can see your interest rates. It's 5.99 up to 35.99, right? So that's fairly cheap. Now, here's the thing about it. With a lot of these type of lenders, they're using tribal lenders in order to help you qualify. All right. Just so you understand what I mean by third party financial credit bureaus that a lot of these lenders use, they use like Teletrack. And as you can see, Teletrack is owned by Equifax. So if you ever applied for a loan online, then Teletrack picks up that information and they sell it to third party lenders like tribal lenders and things of that nature, right? So here's the thing about it, you actually can get a copy of your financial credit bureau. Okay. And so this is the process that you would go through to get it. And you can go here, you click on that form, you put in all this information, and then It's an opt-out form, and you can send it over. All right. So that way they can't sell your information. So you do have that option. Now, another third party financial credit bureau you should know about is Clarity. Okay. So with Clarity owned by Experience, the same as Teletrack, it sells your data to third party lenders and things of that nature. So that's the reason why you don't get that hard pull on your credit. But I want to add something so you guys can understand this. Most times when these third party lenders saying that they can do a guarantee approval, they more likely can, but there's going to be a couple factors you have to take into consideration. One, if you move to a separate address, if that address that you put on the application is not matching the address that's with these third party credit bureaus, then it looks like a scam to them. So because that information is not matching up, you will get declined. All right. Now, again, I mentioned about not having enough income. All right. Another thing that you also have to take into consideration, if you already have multiple loans open as well, because these systems is going to tell them if you have open loans as well. So that's another reason that you may not qualify. So it usually has nothing to do with the credit score. It is usually one of those other reasons that I explained. Now, one other lender I would definitely tell you guys that you should check out is Explore Credit. So they offer loans from 250 up to 2000. Now, I mentioned tribal lenders. This is a tribal lender. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about for as a tribal lender. As a matter of fact, I was telling you about the third party credit bureaus. Here's what I want you to see. All right. Now, you can see it tells you that they're not operating in these states, but I want you to pay attention. So they use Clarity, which is owned by Experian, and they use Factor Trust, which is another third party credit bureau, which is owned by TransUnion. Okay, so that's the reason why I tell you guys a lot of times you're not getting denied because of the credit score, is because of the information that's actually on the application. All right. So if this helps you, put a comment below. I'm going to put some of the links so that you'll have access to them. And I'll see you in the next video.